Hi everyone, you welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're making this beautiful baby gown. I made this on Ankara fabric, soft net, and bridal satin. So guys, let's jump right into it. Now to cut this gown, we'll be drafting the half length first. So this line here is my startup line. This line at the side here stand as the center front. We'll be drafting the front first. So after doing that, now you get your neckline. So the width of my neckline, I want the width of my neckline to be 2 inches wide, then 2.5 inches for the depth of my neckline. So now connect this neckline together. So after connecting your neckline, and the next you do is to get the shoulder. So for my shoulder width, I'll be making use of 5 inches and mark. The shoulder I'm working with is 9 inches divided by 2 will give me 4.5, then half inches for seam allowance. Then you come down from this your shoulder measurement by half inches here. You connect this half inches down to the width of your neckline. So now after doing that, now the next you do is to get the shoulder. So from my startup line down to my shoulder, I'll make use of 5 inches. This is 5 inches here. I'll come on the center front also and mark 5 inches. So now connect this line together. Next you do is to get your half length. So from shoulder to half length, we have 10 inches. This shoulder to half length, 10 inches. We'll be adding half inches when we are cutting on the fabric. This 10 inches. Now the next you do is to drop down your shoulder measurement down on your chest line. Here we have 5 inches. So now connect with a straight line. Then I'll divide what I have on my armhole here. We have 4.25 divided by 2. Then I'll come in by half inches for the front armhole. So now you connect this way. Then I'll finish up with my French cuff. So after doing this now, you have to divide your chest. The chest I'm working with is 23. 23 divided by 4. 5.75. Here we have 5.75. Now the waist I'm working with is 24. 24 divided by 4 will give me 6 inches. So you don't have to add that when you are drafting for children. When you are drafting a children pattern, you don't need that there because they don't have breasts, they have chests. So now cut this out. For the back pattern, I came in by 1 inches here. This is my zipper allowance. Then here, this line here is the startup line. So now the next you do is to get the width of your neckline. So the width of my neckline is 2 inches and the depth also is 1 inches. So now after getting this, you connect the line together. So after connecting your neckline, you drop your shoulder width. So for the shoulder width, we are making use of 5 inches. Then you come down by half inches for the shoulder slant and mark. Now you connect this line this way. And now after doing that now, you get your from your shoulder down to your chest line, which is 5 inches, and you mark. So after getting shoulder to chest line, you get shoulder down to the half length, which is 10 inches. You also mark, then you connect your lines together. The next you do is to bring down your shoulder measurements down to your chest line, which is 5 inches. Connect with a straight line. So for the back, you divide what you have on your armhole by 2 also. And you come in by 0.25 here. So now connect our armhole this way, and you finish up with your curve. So now you divide your chest by 4. The chest we are working with is 23 divided by 4, give me 5.75. Then on your waist, you divide your waist by 4 also. The waist I'm working with is 24 divided by 4, give me 6 inches. So now connect my lines together. So now cut the back pattern. Then we cut on the fabric. I'm through cutting the patterns. Now cut this pattern on my fabric. I'm through with the cutting of the half length. You can see how it is. I've cut out my lining also. Now you separate your pattern from the fabric. Now after separating your pattern, you turn to the front this way. Lining will be facing the front of the fabric. Now you go to the sewing machine. You'll be sewing around the neckline of the front, the armhole, and the sides. After doing that, you do the same thing also on the back. You sew the neckline, the armhole, and the center back and the side back. I'm through with the sewing of the back. You can see how it is. And on the neckline too, after sewing it, you give it a lunge, then you fold it this way and sew the side of your back, the armhole and the side, because it's armless. Now you turn this to the front and give it a good press. Then for the front also, after sewing, I give it a good lunge. This is the back, and I give it a good press. Now you open up your front this way. The lining will be separate and the main fabric will be separate. Now the next you do is to cut out your band. So this is my band. The width of my band is by 5 inches. This is 5 inches wide. So now we'll fold it into 2 this way and place it on my front this way. So now I'll go and sew this down on the hem here to secure it, and on the up here also to secure it down. Then we'll now use the lining to turn the front the way we did for the back. So I'm through the sewing of the sides of my front, and you see how it looks at the front, and this is the back. The sewing is not showing on the lining, it's showing inside the material. So now this is it. Now the next you do is to join the front and back at the shoulder. You bring your back this way, put it shoulder to shoulder. You come in from your front this way, and you pick the two and bring it out like this. So you make sure you're holding the back together with the front. Now you pin down, and now you go to the sewing machine. You'll be sewing on 1/2 inches. You put the same thing also on the side of your front. I'm through with the joining of the shoulder. You can see how it looks at the front, and this is how it looks at the back. So now you divide your chest by 2. So now 23 divided by 2 give me 11 and a half. So yeah, what do we have here? We have 15.5. So let's mark 1.5 for seam allowance. Okay. Then the waist also is 24. 24 divided by 2 will give me 12. So you mark 1.5 inches at the waist. So now connect this line together. Then you do the same thing at this other side. 1.75 at the bust, then 1.5 at the waist. Now you connect your lines together. You go and sew this down. So I'm done with the joining of the sides, and I'll give it a good press. Now the next we do is to join the flay of the gown, the downside of the gown. So now after cutting out your flay, this is it. You open one side of the gown, which is the back of the flay. This is the shorter side is the front, the longer side is the back. You know, is a high and low flay we cut out. So now we slit the back open. Now you join the flay together with the half length. You make sure you leave 0.25 on the side here. Then you start to join round to this other side of your waist. Then you stop. I'm through with the fixing of the flay to the gown. You can see how it looks. And I've gone ahead already to fix in the net. I drop a link below on the comment section how to fix in your net on the ball gown. This is it. Now the next we have to do is to fix in the lining. On that video I share on how to fix in your lining also, but here we'll just be pleating it as we are sewing on the machine. So now I'll go and sew this round my gown. We start from this 0.25 we left at this side here, so you can use it to turn the side of the gown. Then I will put the same thing also round to this other side here. So I'm through the joining of the lining. You can see I joined the lining from the half length here. You put it this way, so by the time you cover it, the back of the gown will be like this. Then after you sew your lining, you have to join the sides. That place we left 0.25, you use it to turn it on the back this way. Then now you turn it to the front like this. This is it. This is how it looks now. You can see. Now the next we do is to go and join the zipper allowance, which is 0.75. After turning the bodice with the lining, you have 0.75 for your zipper allowance. So you go and sew this down from the neckline down to the hem here on 0.75. I'm through with the joining of the center back. You can see how it looks, and I left the place we'll be fixing the zipper. So now you bring in your zipper and fix it this way. Let's pin this down. Okay, pin down here. Now the other one you fix this way, pin down also. I'll go to the sewing machine. I'll be sewing this down. After sewing my zipper, then I will go ahead to fold the hem of the gown on 1 inch. You fold half inches this way, then you fold one more time. So I'm through with the fixing of the zipper. You can see how it looks at the back, and I've gone ahead also, like I said, to fold the hem of my gown. So now the next we do is to work on the bow. For the bow, the width of my fabric is by 5 inches and the length is by 17 inches. Now we're going to sew this side together. So after joining the sides, we join this way round. So after unstitching it, this is how it will look. Now you make use of this big button to cover this place up this way. I bought the pack of the button 1,000 for 12 of this is 1,000. So now you make sure you tack this down to the front this way. So you tack your button in this way. So this is how you tack the button to the flower rose. I'll do this, then I'll tack it to the gown. I'm through the tacking of the button to the flower rose. You can see how it looks. Now we'll tack it to the gown. This is how you tack. So now I'll do this and display it for you to see. I'm through with the sewing of the flower rose on the gown. You can see how beautiful it looks. Thank you, and thank you guys for watching to the end. I really appreciate you all. I will see you on the next one. God bless you.